Good evening, our beloved viewers. It's 9 p.m. You're watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. The top stories for this Friday are: received a donation of 30,000 3-liter jerrycans of palm oil. And on the international scenes, the ICRC makes a desperate appeal to allow residents. Those were the top stories. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity has received a donation of 12,000 jerrycan or 30,000 liters of palm oil from the Golden African Factory, which will be distributed to the vulnerable families in the country. On the 23 days of the Russian invasion in Ukraine, the surrounding of the Lviv airport western. In this regard, the Ministry of the Social Affairs was Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdu, accompanied by a team of collaborators and executives, went to the Golden Africa Factory on the head of the Dorale Port Industrial Zone in order to receive a large batch of palm oil. This donation of 12,000 jerrycan or 30,000 liters of palm oil will be distributed to the most vulnerable families which are registered with the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity. The factory official said. The manager said that he were very proud to deliver this palm oil donation to the needy family. During her intervention, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdu, thanked the manager of the oil palm factory to this prestigious gesture to deliver this palm oil donation to the needy family. She also added that her ministry works alongside to promote the living condition of the needy families of the country. Welcome on the side by the Deputy General Manager Adnan and the Sales and Public Relations Manager. The delegation then toured the factory, visiting the various production stations, namely the plastic container production station, palm oil refining and unit, and also the packing station, a model of efficiencies in the production of the oil. The company Golden Africa also received a visit to this delivery is a pipeline system connected to the multi-purpose port of Dorale. That's the transporting to the materials raw right up to their prospective unit. The oil once refined, it's packaged in jerrycans of different size and volumes. Then loaded into truck and wagons for distribution in neighboring countries, Somalia, Ethiopia, and Yemen, spread over a total area of 12 hectares of the Golden African Company, a pioneering factory in the industrialization activities in Djibouti. It has several production lines. Its products are intensified for local consumptions and for export abroad, particularly to the countries in the region. It's currently employ more than 250 permanent national and 250 daily workers. direction now in Qatar, where the Minister of Muslims Affairs and Waqf Property, Mumin Hassan Barre, on a working visit accompanied by his strong delegation, the minister went to the headquarters of the General Administration of the Waqf in Doha. The discussions were focused on the sharing and exchange of expertise in the management of the heritage of Waqf and properties. The minister stressed the importance of that this department attached to the development of the Waqf sector and the revitalization of its community rule. He also noted that this visit was an opportunity to soak up the experience of Qatar for the revaluation of this Islamic tradition, which marks the intergeneration solidarity of the minister and the Muslims community. The presentations focus on the modes of organization aimed at promoting these Islamic instruments, whose main goals is to achieve social development based on the concept of solidarity using modern technologies. An exhibition was present for the occasion to identify the sector of intervention of the Waqf and its evolution as the level for the development of social economic structures. A reopening ceremony of Arhiba Community Development Center under the high patronage of the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowi. The reopening of Arhiba Community Development Center took place. This event brought together on site, in addition to the Ministry of Youth, Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowi, and the Ambassador of Japan, the representative of the UNOPS, Ms. Rosella Monti, the Deputy Mayor, the Sub-Prefect of the Second Arrondissement, several high dignitaries and locals of district of Arhiba, the Community Council, influential men and women of the community, all the directors of the CDC in the capital, and several dozens young and old persons were present in this reopening event. This platform, including rehabilitation, extension, complete renovation, and the equipment work in partnership with the Japanese Embassy, the United Nations, but also the CAC Bank, with the support of other generous contribution, is lasted more than event. The UNOPS representative welcomed the contribution to the rehabilitation of the three CDCs, PK 12, the Neighborhood 6, and Arhiba, and assure that the United Nations, in accordance with their support program, are ready to commit to the inclusive initiative that places women and youth at the center of pursuit of sustainable development goals of the Common Agenda for 2030. The Japanese ambassador said in his intervention that he was very happy to have been able and attend these completions of this reopening ceremony of the CDCs in Arhiba, and to have contributed to the general and renewal of the CDC of Arhiba and the coming Neighborhood 6 and PK 12, and finally Arhiba, he said, where the where is the natural bad weather and flood is in this regard. Speaking in turn, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Ms. Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowi, stressed that this initiative is to renovate, rehabilitate the equipped and revitalize the CDC's neighborhood so that they can fully fulfill their mission. It's part of the development policy of the government. Uh, and she said her ministry are ready to promote this CDC's mission. The Djibouti Handball Federation organized last night at the King Fahad Sport Complex the trophy ceremony rewarding the best team and player who have distinguished themselves during the season. To this end, the gala and match in honor of were present in this ceremony. Hassan Ismail Dubet, the living legend of Djiboutian handball, was scheduled for the start of the evening, a meeting which opposed two teams made up of former players of this sport. The match took place in the presence of the Secretary of State for Sport, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamil, the Colonel Wais Omar Bokore, and the Coast Guard Lieutenant Colonel Hashim, and Republican Guard Director of Sport Abshir Ali, but also Director of the region, Mr. Omar Hassan, the President of the Djibouti Handball Federation, Mr. Ahmed Mohammed, as well as several officials and a member of the department in charge of sport. The Secretary of State congratulate the former handball player who showed an exciting match. He also indicated that the young and promoting the practice of handballs among the less young. The meeting last night was an opportunity to benefit from experience, elder, the spirit of a team play. This sport, including for a high national sport in the Republic of Djibouti. Another sporting event which the Secretary of State for Sport Hassan Mohammed Kamil attended yesterday at the Sports and Solidarity meeting organized by the National Handicap Network at the King Fahad Sport Complex. A match of the hard of hearing which around football provides by the professional speakers. The association hoped to bring together all the young, deaf, and hard of these hearing people in the country in order to organize national and international competition in the future. With the Secretary of State for Sport, a very constructive exchange result in a desire to organize before a competition training with the professional staff in the best condition of practice. In addition to the number one of the department, that they saw the participation of the Director of Sport, Mr. Abshir Hassan, and person in charge of the network of handicap, but also the minister wanted to thank the player and the staff of the team for the welcome without getting the translation. And now moving on to the international scenes. Several cities hit by Russian missiles, according to the Ukrainian authorities, on 23 day of the Russian invasion in Ukraine. The surrounding of the Lviv airport in western Ukraine were hit this Friday morning by the Russian missiles, which destroyed a factory, according to the mayor from the city. In the east of the country was also hit. The region is governor said that Kiev, a residential building, was partially destroyed in the north of the capital, but also these different attacks caused the death of at least 3 people, according to the information provided by the Ukrainian authorities. On the diplomatic level, the President of the United States must speak with his Chinese counterpart today. During this interview, Joe Biden shall warn Xi Jinping against any temptation. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful Friday.